this. We didn't even check microphones before. David, how's this microphone sound? Rosie was playing with my levels. Does it sound good? I sound good?
You're coming a little bit loud, but it's okay. I turned you down. You're good. You're good. You're coming in clear. I can hear you. It's just
still
a little
too
bit
loud. Still too loud.
No, it's quieter now. It went down.
How about now? We like it now?
Perfect. I think that's perfect.
Boom. There we go. TV Talk is back. It's Thursday. Post Thanksgiving. Ate a little turkey, ate a little mashed potatoes. My little nephew convinced me to make this mac and cheese recipe off TikTok, and was just a really hot girl making mac and cheese in her kitchen. I was like, I get why you want to make the mac and cheese, Luke. I get it. Good to see everybody in chat. David, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. We went to Ohio for Thanksgiving, so got to see a little snow.
Gorgeous.
It was cold in the low 30s. Some snow flurries coming down. I forgot what the forecasts were like in that part of the country. So in Ohio, they call it mixed precipitation. It's like today's going to be mixed. And Michelle, my wife, who grew up in Southern California, said, "What is mixed?" And I'm like, "Well, I think it's snow and rain. I think that's what that means." But yes, we had a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow. So Miles, our 3-year-old son, got to see some snow. So yeah, it was all good.
I always love the Pittsburgh weather. You know, the Pittsburgh weather guys, famous. There was one guy's name was Joe DiNardo. He had this thick Pittsburgh accent, David, right? And the cool thing is he would come to your school sometimes. Like, he would go to schools all over the area. He would land in a helicopter and then do the weather from your school. Okay?
That's cool.
And so, like, you'd be in the background. Like, I was president of student council in the 6th grade, and he came to our school, and I got to, like, shake his hand, and I was on the local news, like, waving, like, we're here with Josh Macuga, president of the 6th grade. All right, Josh. And then he would go in this weather, and he'd be like, hey, partly cloudy, chance of showers. Like, that's all it really was, because Pittsburgh weather is always just like, and, like, could rain. It probably is going to rain and or snow or mixed precipitation. David, mixed precipitation.
Yeah, you never know. But travel was smooth. You know, you watch the news, you're terrified. You're just like, it's the busiest. We checked in with AAA. United States is expecting a 15% increase, 9 million travelers over the holiday. Get to the airport, I was like, we were there early. Like, we walked right on, no delays. It was pretty smooth. I was like, it was fine.
Knock on wood, David, because I got
knock on wood. Yeah, you never know.
And I am a little nervous about it because the last time I flew to Pittsburgh over Christmas, my flight got canceled and I had to stay in Pittsburgh until January 3rd.
Especially the weather. Yeah, thankfully Columbus, Ohio, flurries, but nothing stuck to the ground. So yeah, it was pretty smooth. You never know though. No.
Good to see everybody in chat. We're here doing TV Talk on the Josh Macuga Show channel every other Thursday or Wednesday, kind of depending on schedules, really. And but there's just been a lot of really good TV lately, David. Some good movies, some good reality, quote unquote. I like to call it unscripted television, if you will. And a lot of really good scripted television, a lot of good comedy, a lot of good dramedy, a lot of good drama, a lot of good spy drama, David. That seems to be
tons of spy drama. Josh, later we're gonna, we got talk about the new show, The Agency. There's a new show on Netflix called Black Doves. But also we've had Slow Horses this year, as well as Day of the Jackal is still running on Peacock. I saw on Instagram that it was Sky TV over in the UK. It was Sky TV's like most watched premiere or something like that. Had great viewership. So we're like peak spy TV in 2024. Spy TV is making a comeback right now. Yeah.
Okay. So in college, you have those career fairs. Okay. And so I went to, this is Josh Macuga in college. I spent most of my college just effing around. You know what I mean? Trying to talk to girls, drinking a lot of beers. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I mean, I knew what I wanted to do when I was 12 years old, but you don't go to college to be the next Alex Trebek, right? Like, I guess you could go to school for like broadcast journalism, that kind of thing, but I didn't have any good advice. Regardless, in college, so I go to the career fair and I'm like talking to the guy. I'm like, is like the CIA or like the FBI come here? He's like, no, they recruit you. And I was like, what? So like the CIA finds me like, yeah, you really kind of, it's like you apply to positions, but then, it's sort of hard. He's like, let me ask you a question. Have you smoked weed before? I'm like, yeah. What? And he's like, then you can't be in either agency. I was like, what? And like, yeah, they look like into your background. If you've done any drugs, you have to pass a lie detector test. And I was like, oh man, well that stinks. All right, what's next? Like, what's up? What else?
You mean I can't just go up to Langley in Virginia, knock on the door, and be like, "Do you guys have a job application? Are you guys hiring right now?"
Well, here's the thing. I was watching The Agency, and I figured I could be kind of good at this. I think, right? And they're like, nah, that's not really how it works. You can't just watch a TV show and think you'll be good at it. I'm like, I know I can't be a good doctor, but I could go to doctor school. Can I go to spies or a spy school? Like, well, you kind of got to be military. And then you got to kind of, and I was like, yeah, all right, never mind.
It's kind of like Lioness, Josh. They got to come to you. They got to recruit you. Be like, we need you for a secret mission. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's complicated.
Good to see everybody in chat. BHow26, Darren Wright, Scott Walsh says, when I was in elementary school, we do this thing where we do weather tracking and then fax that info to the Environment Canada. God, that sentence made me feel old. Yeah, fax it to Environment Canada. I mean, what were you faxing? Like you were tracking the weather and then I'm confused by that. Darren Wright said, I've watched the most TV ever this year. Can't believe what I've missed. Making up for it now, though. David, we're going to get into the Critics' Choice Awards, but I see like Eddie Redmayne, Day of the Jackal getting a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Even Black Doves. Keira Knightley is up for an award, and Black Doves just dropped today on Netflix. So, I mean, everybody's getting their stuff out. I know that one time for the Emmys, you looked up, what the date range is for, when you're eligible, but I think people are just getting their shows out before the end of the year. So because the Critics' Choice Awards are next month. It's January, I think. So
yeah, I would get it going. Here's what I think. Just make it easy on people. If your show is released between January 1, 2024 and December 31st.
Yeah. Done.
And then do the award show in January. Right. When all the other award shows are, David, what are we doing?
Because the Emmys is confusing. Like next year, I'm sure Shogun will be eligible for more. It's just in the Golden Globes. It gets so confusing. But yeah, I like the Critics' Choice Awards. Pretty basic, I think.
Darren Wright saying, I just finished season 1 of This Is Us. I look like a summer ice cream. Yeah, it's a melty show. It's going to melt you. It's going to make you cry. You're going to get all the feels. Just wait till, and that's one of those shows that like never lets up. It really, like, each season is equally as like painstakingly sad and I guess happy, but also really sad and then happy-ish. There's no like one point of that show where you're like, man, everything's going great. Everything is awesome. Everybody is doing just fantastic. Nope. It's like, okay, Kevin's doing good, but Kate, like it basically, you could watch it like the stock market with each character being like, ooh, I'm buying Kevin. Ooh, selling Kate, like buy high on Randall, get rid of Randall, get rid of Randall, get rid of Randall. Oh, Randall's back. It's hard, David. That's a hard show to watch. It's a sad one. I don't think you ever watched all the way through, did you?
I stopped after season 2. I was like, I get it. It's rough having a family. It's not easy being in a family. I get it. Yeah. But great performances from the whole cast. I love that cast had tremendous chemistry. It was kind of like Lost. I mean, it's just all around, top to bottom. Every cast member was great. But after 2 seasons, I was good. I was done crying.
And Amanda is really loving Tracker, which stars Justin Hartley, who played Kevin in This Is Us. She's a big fan. My mom loves Tracker. I've caught some bits and pieces of Tracker. Tracker is definitely an Amanda show, if you will. It's they solved it. You know what I mean? They solved it.
Every week they solve it. It's good. Nothing wrong with that. They solve it.
MK Songbird saying, thought the Ted Danson series, A Man on the Inside, that released 2 weeks ago on Netflix, was an easy, enjoyable binge.
I've heard good things.
Watched it. I'm a mediocre Ted Danson fan, and I will say do you remember the show with him and Jason Schwartzman and Zach Galifianakis?
Yes, HBO. Yes, I do remember. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
What was that show called? It was like, man, MK Songbird. What was that show called? Help me out.
I think it did like 3 seasons, 2 seasons. It wasn't on for very long.
No, and like Jason Schwartzman played like a wannabe private investigator, and he and Ted Danson were always getting high. Like they were always stoned in the show. God, man.
Bored to death. There it is. BHow. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I liked him in that. I mean, obviously loved Cheers. Didn't watch Good Place, but it's not like I'm like,
I love Good Place.
Love Good Place.
Yeah. And I'm the one who doesn't watch a lot of comedies, but I did enjoy Good Place.
Yeah. I feel like one of these days I'm going to start Good Place and then I'm going to finish it. Because Amanda and I started trying to watch it and I was just kind of, honestly, I was bored by it. I don't know why. Okay. I like Kristen Bell. I like Ted Danson. I don't know. Yeah. Sell me on Good Place, David. Sell me on it. Chat.
It has just good vibes, good feels. It's good. It's lighthearted. It's not trying to make you cry every episode, but it could make you cry. There's the occasional cry. It's just one of those shows just gives you good feels. I mean, I know this isn't very a good review, a good review for it. But it's just
I was gonna say, if you were my salesman, I would have been out of the store.
I know it's been horrible. Yeah, I was not prepared for that. I've not watched Good Place in a long time, but I enjoyed it when I watched it. Now, Josh, if you want to tell me, I can sell you on Black Doves, The Agency. Those are fresh in my mind. I can sell you on those, but
sell me on those. Yeah. Well, I did. You sold me on eight. We'll get into all those shows because
yes.
Not only did you sell me on The Agency, because I have to buy episode 2. I got to figure out how to get. I have
Paramount Plus.
I have Paramount Plus on one account. I can't remember what account it is. I got to sign out, find the password for that other account.
Yeah. But the first episode is free for everyone who's watching. You can go watch The Agency episode 1 on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think it's on the Showtime page on YouTube. It's free.
Speaking of YouTube, David.
Ooh.
They just released a Ryder Cup documentary from the European side called Una Familia, which is all about the Ryder Cup in Rome from Luke Donald's perspective. It's basically like a Hard Knocks, fully behind the scenes documentary of the Ryder Cup in Rome, basically kind of saying like, hey, Netflix, we know you do Full Swing, but here's our version just of the Ryder Cup from the European point of view. David, I've started it and it is fantastic.
Okay.
It is good.
Okay. On YouTube. All right. I'll have to add it to my watch later.
We have a super chat here, Wiley OFC. And Wiley says, Survivor is on season 47. That show's been on for 47 years?
Yeah. Yep. Still going. Well, no, 47. No, I think they do like 2 seasons, but it's been 20. It's been over 20 years.
Oh, I know. So they do what, 2 to 3 seasons a year, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm a lawyer viewer. Recently, it's been the best it's ever been. Have you seen the show? If you have, how recent? I will say this. I have never seen a full episode of Survivor all the way through. Okay. My parents loved those early seasons. I'm going to tell you this. When I was bartending in LA, this was about 2010. They had a like Survivor after party, like finale watch party with all of these people that love Survivor, some of the producers, the actual cast of Survivor. This was before they were doing those like live. We're going to meet the cast and like talk about it and then watch like the series finale, whatever. And there was like a bunch of famous people that loved Survivor that were there that like got the invite to go and see the end of Survivor. And the only celebrity I saw was this woman who was on my mom's soap opera growing up. That was the only person that I got starstruck by. And I was like, I forget her name in the soap opera. But she came up to me. She's like, hi, I will have a vodka tonic. And I was like, oh my God. Like I was in love with you when I was 6. This is incredible. Like holy worlds collide. And that's my only Survivor story I have, Dad. That's it.
Yeah. I think I've seen one episode of The Amazing Race. I think I've seen that. The only reality show I'm tuned into, and Josh, you know this, because Michelle, ever since the beginning, has watched every season of The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. We're also watching The Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette. So that is her tradition. That's her mom's tradition. They watch every episode. I'm also watching Dancing with the Stars since we've been together. I've seen every season for the last 5 years of that. Pretty good show. It's not bad. It's a good show. Pretty good. So yeah, I am invested in some of the reality TV this year. That's for sure.
When Amanda and I first started dating, we watched Bachelorette.
Yeah, you guys had like pools. You had like a March Madness. Yeah, you guys were serious.
We were, and then I don't know which season it was. We were just like, it's just kind of old. Like it's the same season over and over again, right? Just like the same drama, yelling, da 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 da. But I only watched maybe like 3 full years of Bachelor, Bachelorette, maybe something like that. Amanda really likes the Real Housewives shows. Of that, like the only reality, like quote unquote unscripted stuff I watch is sports and like documentaries about sports, really. Yeah. And this most recent Yacht Rock documentary, which we will get into.
Yes. That seems to be blowing up. People are loving it.
Yeah. It's
even if you're not into Yacht Rock, the documentary is well done.
I got to give a shout out to our buddy Ed Harrell, who tweets me every night. He's like, hey, did you know about the Yacht Rock documentary? I was like, did I know about it? He tweeted me 3 hours ago. I was like, did I know about it? I was refreshing my Max account all night on Thursday into Friday, waiting for the Yacht Rock documentary to drop. And when it did, I was like, that's it. Everybody shut up. And I went and watched it by myself for a while. Amanda's like, hey, we're going to leave. I was like, just leave. It's not over yet. I need to watch this whole. And then as soon as it was over, I texted our buddies Mark Ellis, Ken Knapsack, and I watched it again, David. I watched it back to back.
You watch something twice in this day and age.
And I've watched it a third time just because it makes me so happy.
That's good. That's what TV's for.
Yes. Yes.
Should make you happy.
Right? It's David, it wasn't about the term yacht rock. Okay. It was a little bit. The beginning of it, because the term yacht rock was coined in the early 2000s, somewhere around 2006, maybe 2007. Okay. By like a comedy troupe at Channel 101, which was a Dan Hartman property. Not Dan Hartman. Dan Harmon, the guy that
Dan
created
Harmon,
Community and Rick and Morty, right?
Yep.
And what it really talks about is that genre of music and how like amazing it was, and how like genre crossing it was, how those songs were written, some of those amazing songs, some of those artists, how they got together, right? And then how their careers were reborn and revitalized by our generation falling back in love with that music and coining the term yacht rock, because back then it wasn't even about yachts or going on yachts or going boating. The only song that even in yacht rock talks about boating is a song called Sailing. And if you listen to the Christopher Cross talk about the origin of sailing, he's like, I mean, I just really like to sail, to be honest with you. Like sailed with friends once, and this like riff kind of came along. I was like, oh, it kind of sounds like sailing. Other than that, it was like legitimate guys that were trying to make rock music, like good music, Steely Dan, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's really about the origin of that music, the beauty of that music, and then how it was, I don't want to say ruined, because I love a lot of that late 80s, the Van Halen, the Motley Crues of the other world. Like their music is good, Journeys, and whatever, that version of 80s into 90s rock. But when that rock ended, David, the quote unquote yacht rock, when it ended. It was over. And then thanks to rap artists like Nate Dogg and Warren G, Snoop Dogg, some of those beats were sampled.
It lives on.
De La Soul, it lives on. And then thanks to this web series, and then people like me whose parents raised them on yacht rock, I came back around, and it changed my listening pleasures later in life. And now we have that music just lives on, and the soulful sounds of guys like Michael McDonald and Kenny Loggins and Ambrosia and Steely Dan and Christopher Cross. They live on in these songs, and this documentary really tells this beautiful story of it. You should watch it, David, because it might give you a new appreciation for the music.
Okay. I know all those songs you're talking about. I know those groups and the artists, but I'm just not familiar. Like I had to ask you, what is yacht rock? But it's mostly the 80s.
It's late
70s and 80s.
Early 80s.
Is Journey yacht rock? Journey, Chicago? They're not. Okay. They're not.
Some of Chicago's songs could be considered yacht rock, but they really weren't in that. It's like, you'll see in the documentary, it's Toto, it's Christopher Cross, it's Michael McDonald, it's Kenny Loggins, it's Ambrosia. It's I mean, there's some one-offs. I mean, they were all really stealing beats from this session band that was Toto, right? Mm-hmm. The guitarist, the vocals, the drums. They basically that band played on like every yacht rock album. They played, it was like one artist, and then they would need some session musicians to play on it. And it was basically all the members of Toto. The guys from Toto, if you look in like Christopher, all these guys, they're on like 4,000 albums. That's not like thousands of albums, right? And MK Songbird, the MTV age where image presentation was just as important, if not more, than the music. You're right. Video did kill the radio star that was a lot of the yacht rock artists, guys like Christopher Cross, guys like Michael McDonald, whatever. Kenny Loggins did okay through that, but really and truly, it was more about the look than it was, and the acting than it was. And then Christopher Cross even says it. He was like, I was a musician. I wasn't an actor. I wasn't a performer, right? I did it for the music. Anyway, it's really awesome, man. It's just really, really cool. And the fact that my favorite kind of music gets this like rejuvenation of a documentary. My brother always used to, like, we would be playing golf, and he's like, do we always have to listen to yacht rock? And I was like, but it's so good. It's just so good. It's the perfect golf course music. It's the perfect boat music. It's the perfect afternoon music. It's the perfect evening music. David, it's just that kind of music that if you need to really just chill out.
I have to agree, because I've golfed with you enough, and I've heard your Spotify playlist enough that I know that if that is yacht rock that I was hearing when I was playing golf with you, I approve. It's a good, I approve. Yeah. It's a good mix. Just keeps you in the mood. Doesn't distract you. Doesn't hurt the swing. It's just,
if anything, it helps you with your tempo, David.
True. It's calm. I would say it's calming. It's calming. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I again highly can't recommend that documentary more. And how old are you, David? Are you 40 yet?
Yeah, I turned 40 in May. Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So do you remember VH1 Behind the Music? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. Love those. Yeah, those were great.
Those were incredible, right? Mm-hmm. So there are some yacht rock artists that got a VH1 Behind the Music, but VH1 Behind the Music really centered a lot on the artists that were huge during the MTV generation, right? So this goes into that generation right before MTV, right before that generation. And those guys never really got there behind the music. They never really did. Man,
this is it.
Yeah,
this is it. They get their ones out.
So old. LOL. Yeah,
we are old. I know. I'm 40. I'm getting old. I'm starting to realize some of the things I say when I'm watching TV. I'm always like, I don't need that. Yeah, I don't like that. I grunt a lot. I'm grunting more than I ever. I'm just like, meh.
The older you get, the more Clint Eastwood you add to your repertoire.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. A lot of grunting. Yeah.
I love going somewhere and Amanda immediately knows. She's like, it's too loud in here, isn't it? I'm like, why does it have to be so loud? Why is it so loud? She's like, I don't know. Some places are just loud, Josh. Like, well, we're not staying. Okay. Get out of here. That's why I would grow. Like when I lived in LA, people are like, do you go to the clubs? I'm like, the clubs? I can't. I like to talk to people. What am I going to? I can't talk to anybody at a club. I sit there and I spend way too much money and the music is so loud. It's so loud. Anyway, that's my old.
I'm the same. We're getting old.
Yeah, getting old.
Josh, sorry, go ahead, Josh.
Play it while golfing would it be considered Yacht Rock? Oh, Thunderdome. Well done. Well done.
Good. I like that one.
Wiley UFC. I'm 24. I've been watching you guys for half my life. Wiley, welcome. Good to see you. Before you know it, you'll be 44, 24. God. I go back to 24. What would you do if you went back to 24? First thing I do, invest in Bitcoin immediately. Just buy all the Bitcoin.
Yes. Invest in Google. Something that was just started. Well, Google was already around then.
Just even buy Apple stock, because even if you bought it back then.
Oh, Facebook, because Zuckerberg is Zuckerberg was born in 84, same year as me. So yeah, invest whatever Zuckerberg's doing. Invest in that, especially when it just started. Yes.
And I would go back in time and tell myself when I was 24, like, hey, the Steelers are going to lose to the Packers in the Super Bowl. It's going to be one of the worst nights of your life. Just be ready for it. I'm like, oh, man.
I could tell my younger stuff, David, you will have to wait 30 years for this young kid named Josh Allen, who's not even born yet, to grow up and get drafted by the Bills and become your savior. But it's going to take a long time. Most of your life will be disappointment. So, yeah, we're okay now. We're good.
Man.
Speaking of football players, Josh, I want to say real quick, I thought of you this week. There's a new trailer that dropped on Netflix for a show called Enigma. Yeah. It's a sports documentary about the great. He is a good quarterback. He had a great career, 3 MVP, Super Bowl title, controversial figure of Aaron Rodgers, showing him on his ayahuasca journey and talking about how he's not like everybody else and he's different and unique and interesting. And it just looks like, I don't know. There's just something about it. I think I'm going to be angry watching this. I said, this might be a great Macuga rant. I was like, Josh, are you excited to watch Enigma? Do you want to learn more about what Aaron Rodgers does in the off season, about his ayahuasca journeys and his silent retreats or darkness retreats, whatever he does?
I don't think that there's an athlete currently playing a sport right now that interests me less than Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Like at this point, they show RFK Jr. in his thing. Like those two geniuses are getting together and talking about conspiracy theories and anti-vaccinations and all the stuff. Like, I'm going to listen, I've been to a sound bath. Okay. I've done a sound bath. Did it do anything for me? No. I've tried to meditate hundreds of times. You know what happens when I meditate, David? I fall asleep. I've done every single hallucinogenic drug outside of ayahuasca, because I don't think you're supposed to do that. Okay. Not that you're not supposed to do that. I don't know where I'm supposed to find it. Really,
right.
In the United States. Okay. Yeah. Scott Welsh, watch Aaron Rodgers mainline some ivermectin. I have done all of the hippy dippy stuff that you're like the mindfulness, this, that, all of the things. At the end of the day, I come out the exact same. I come out the same.
Life's not changed.
No, my life hasn't changed. Like doing the sound bath, here's the funny part is you see Aaron Rodgers doing all of like the things and and then he's still doing push-ups with chains on his back. So where is the back and forth here? Okay, people still got COVID and died. Still people got the vaccine. People think of this conspiracy theories. Half the conspiracy theories aren't even true. They're not true. They're not. You sound dumb. You're dumb. The conspiracy theories aren't. You know how hard it is to pull off? They make TV shows that are scripted about conspiracy theories, and they still don't seem really that true. And they scripted them. Okay? Do you know how hard, David, do you know how hard it is to keep a secret with two people? You know how hard it is that, like, they're like, oh, the election was stolen 4 years ago. You know how many people you have to keep quiet to shut them up? Nobody has come out and said like, oh yeah, I was the one that burned all the ballots. I did it. Oh, I saw the one that burned all the ballots. It doesn't, you know how hard it is to pull that off? You know how hard that is? It's so hard to pull off. It is good. Anyway. Okay. The enigma part, the best part of the enigma part, David, is that he stinks. He stinks. He's not.
I think it's the title that bothers me. Because it means you're an enigma. It means you're something unknowable. You're so completely different and unique from everyone else that, like, I just don't. I don't know. I just the title seems. What's the word? I know there's. I'm not that smart. There's a word I'm thinking of. I can't think of. Starts with a P, meaning it's not presumptuous, but someone in the comments can help me.
Pompous.
It just sounds. Yeah, pompous. Sounds cocky. I don't know. It sounds like I'm an enigma. I'm so unknowable and unique that I'm not like other people. Like even Michael Jordan doesn't talk like, I don't know. It's just like, it's like, relax, dude. You're not that, like, relax. No.
Here's the enigma, David. Here's the enigma. He has 3 MVPs and only 1
pretentious. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, saying pretentious. That's the word.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
He's only won 1 Super Bowl. And really and truly, had Rashard Mendenhall not fumbled, the Steelers probably would have won it.
All right.
He's had all of the weapons. He's played in a weak-ass division for his entire career. The Vikings were never great. The Lions stunk until 2 years ago. And what's the other team in there? The Lions. The Bears stink perennially. So he had a cakewalk through a division every year, okay? And then all you have to do is win, 4 other games, and you're 12-4, and they added the other game a few years ago, okay? So he has a cakewalk through a division. All of those years when he was trying to win things, who was on the other side? Nobody. It was Tom Brady. All he had to do was get to a Super Bowl and play Tom Brady. Did he ever even play Tom Brady in a Super Bowl? No, he didn't. He lost to teams like the Falcons and the Cowboys and the Niners. Like, he wasn't that. He's not that good. I'm sorry. He's not that good. He has great stats and he has a good win record and he's got all these MVPs. But at the end of the day, David, what matters? What matters? Super Bowl. Who's got him? Tom Brady. Who's got him? Joe Montana. They have him. They've got him.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to watch it. Even to like, yeah, I'm not going to watch it. No, I can't. I'm just not going to watch it. I don't think I'm going to watch it. Like you said, TV should make you happy. Josh, Yacht Rock makes you happy. Aaron Rodgers does not make you happy. Josh, I recommend you that you do not watch this documentary when it comes out because you will be unhappy. You'll be mad.
Jonathan Peck, let's change tunes to something that makes us happy.
Yes, we were both talking about a lot of
AFC North. Let me give a shout out to James Fuller, longtime follower of you both from IGN and Collider Days. Always catch TV Talk.
Oh, thank you.
Happy to hear you live. Great to see you, James. Legend. Wiley OFC saying something pretty funny. They should make a Phillips Rivers documentary and his 45 kids. That's like
he has 10. He just had his 10th kid. Yeah. Seems like a great dude. Seems like a super nice guy. Good for him.
Josh Gallegos lost the Seahawks in a crazy NFC championship game. He still lost, Josh. He still lost. He lost. Okay. I thought after this summer that I was over Hard Knocks, right? Now, you put the Steelers in something. The Steelers have never been in a Hard Knocks. They've never been in any of these behind the scenes things on HBO, mostly because we and I'm just going to sound cocky, whatever, but we win. And they want losing teams. They want rebuilding franchise. Okay. We haven't had a losing season since 2001.
Long time.
And Mike
before Tomlin's never had one. Yeah.
Tomlin's never had one. Mm-hmm. And so but here's what, and we were talking about it right before we went live. The reason why I like this one so much, and it's not because the Steelers and Mike Tomlin is made for Hard Knocks. He is a quote machine, right? He speaks like a Southern preacher, but as
exactly.
Right? Thank you, Darren Wright. 2002, 2003, Jonathan Peck. It's that we get to see 4 teams behind the scenes. Now, I have a really good buddy, Kevin Stefanski. He's the coach of the Browns. Okay. Love to see him on TV. Rosie thinks it's so cute that she sees Uncle Kevin on TV. Then you see all of how crazy is the Ravens facility? It looks like a castle.
It's like a castle. And also say it's gorgeous. It's like it's in the woods. There's like not a building around except for that building. It's beautiful looking. It looks so serene. Yes. I'd love to go there. Love to play with the Ravens.
I love that they're miking up all these guys. They're showing us, meeting rooms of all of the teams, and they're showing it to us in the most important part of the season.
Yeah.
Because I tried to watch that like in-season thing with the Arizona Cardinals. First of all, I don't give a shit about the Arizona Cardinals. They're like the least cared about team in the NFL, really, outside the Jaguars, maybe. And people have too much to do in Arizona. There's too much golf. Nobody cares about the sports. You ever been to an Arizona Diamondbacks game? You get in for like $3. It's awesome. But David, you get the prime time of the season as these guys are going for a playoff spot, and you're seeing teams that are good. They're good teams.
Yeah, they're good. Even Cincinnati. I really enjoyed it. I love hearing Burrow. The big headline was, Joe Burrow bought one of the Batmobiles from the Christopher Nolan franchise for $3 million. Good for Joe. He has the very lucrative contract. Good for him.
Yeah.
I love Hard Knocks in general, even if it's not as interesting of a season, but I think the 4-team approach, the whole division, just makes it that much more interesting. The fact that all those towns are the closest together of any division in the league.
I didn't
realize. Baltimore, Cleveland. Yeah, they're so tightly knit. It's all that whole Midwestern, Rust Belt, whatever you want to call it, blue collar, factory, boats, all the rivers winding through the areas, boats. And I love it. I thought it was great. I was really entertained. I'm so glad that I love this new in-season look. I hope to do this next year with another division, because I think it's just it's great.
I mean, I think the division I'd like to see least is probably the NFC West, because I don't really care about any of those teams, right?
Right.
I'd love to see AFC East. I'd love to see NFC
I'd
East.
love to see Buffalo, but I don't know if we'll.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like McDermott's pretty private. He doesn't likes to keep everything in-house. We'll see. Sure. I would love it, though. Oh, Josh got engaged. This is relevant to TV talk, folks. Haley Steinfeld. We know from Marvel Hawkeye series. Yep. She is now engaged. True Grit, the Coen brothers, great movie, True Grit. She is now engaged to the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. Very exciting.
Yes,
Marvel character. It's very exciting. Very good. Sorry.
No, I always thought that it was weird that Buffalo wasn't in the AFC North and Baltimore was. Like, I think Baltimore would make more sense as the AFC East, but then the rivalry between the Steelers and the Ravens isn't the same. Yada yada yada.
Highly enjoyable. I'm glad it's there. I think it's going to be a fun season. Totally. We got a good game on tonight. Nothing to do with the AFC, but still a good game.
Something to do with
Steelers or
Aaron Rodgers. Lions Packers.
Lions Packers. Yeah, should be good. Josh, I would real quick. I think one thing that I was not expecting, which I think our audience would love to hear, is Josh. There may be a new Star Wars series out that you like.
I do like the new Star Wars series, Skeleton Crew.
Josh, Skeleton Crew premiered. They did a 2-episode premiere, dropped early. Yep. I think it's supposed to be a Wednesday drop. Dropped it on Monday.
Yes.
It has some Goonies vibes.
Yep.
I was like, Josh, don't forget about Skeleton Crew.
Oh.
And he wrote me back. He said, I liked it. Like, I dig it. You like a Star Wars show.
I do. And I liked Andor. I did. That was a couple of years
ago. That's true. You did like Andor.
I liked Andor. Here's the thing. I always wanted to be the adventure kid, David. I wanted to be Indiana Jones. I wanted those things, right? And there's something magical about the Star Wars world. And I think that we've gotten too far away to make everything like, we got to make it dark and it's super serious and everybody's related. And how's it a Skywalker? It's like, no, these kids live on a planet that looks like Santa Clarita, and they are awesome, and they got lost on a little adventure, and there's some like cool new things that we're learning about. And then out of nowhere, at the end of season episode 2, here comes Jude Law, fresh off his stint in The Holiday, and we're like, time for a little Jude Law. Because let me tell you this right now, Jude Law is cool. I don't care what you say. Okay, I've never seen something with Jude Law in it that I wasn't like, besides like the new Pope, that I wasn't like, you know what, Jude Law's cool. I get it.
And even in the new Pope, he's really charismatic. Like he's got that thing. But yeah, the new Pope,
But this skeleton crew, awesome. The kids are likable. The two little girls are likable. The little elephant kid is adorable.
And I love all the pirate vibes. I just love it. Like even the robot, when it it wakes up, it has that voice, sounds like a pirate. I love
You're
it.
my captain.
And so far, there's nothing about. I mean, I'm sure they'll pull some reference in, but there's nothing about Skywalkers or Darth Vader. I mean, it's after the Empire, but there's just no talk of that so far.
Right.
It's its own little story. Again, the Star Wars universe is massive. So telling these side stories is perfect. We don't need everything to connect to the original series. So far, so good.
Yeah, I sign me up. Like this is because all the other Star Wars shows I'd watch and be like, not this again. It's just like one long search, and then like everybody's pissed about something. Somebody did something to somebody. Somebody's pissed about something, and then there's like, oh, lightsaber, not lightsaber. Like we got to steal the. And it's like, listen, Andor had like cool vibes to it.
Yes,
right. It was serious, but it had cool vibes. Everything else, like even what's her name?
Ahsoka.
Thank you,
Ahsoka. Yeah,
I was gonna say Ashoka, and I knew that was wrong. That one I was just like, oh god, like this whole thing is just so Star Wars when we were kids, like the first Star Wars is fucking fun. It's fun, right? It's fun. The second Star Wars, a little less fun, but still fun. Third one, fun. And then they come in, which I thought like Phantom Menace, fun. Then Attack of the Clones, not as fun. And then Revenge of the Sith, you're like we got rid of the fun. Now, and then they're like the next three, they're like, well, we got a bunch of guys in their 40s that are real pissed about Phantom Menace. So let's
just redo it. Let's just redo. Yeah, we'll just redo it again. Yeah.
I get out of the theater, and the fun parts are all the parts that all the diehard Star Wars people don't like. And I'm like, God, guys, it's not for us. It was built for kids. And so now they're doing it for the kids, David. Do it for the kids. More like funny adults and kids get like, why do we like Stranger Things? Why do adults love Stranger Things?
This is basically Stranger Things. Yeah. Or Goonies. Yeah. It has all those vibes. It's an adventure. It's just kids going on an adventure. I love, you know what I love too? I've never seen, I'm sure it's been written in a book or something, but I feel like on screen in Star Wars, I've never seen like Star Wars suburbia. It's about like living in the suburbs, the kid's dad, they have a nice house, he wants to rebel, he's trying to find himself, there's girls, you can tell it's a little awkward. I mean, I've never seen Star Wars suburbia before, which is really cool. It's always like Coruscant, the big city, or Tatooine in the desert. I'm like, well, where the regular people live? Where's the suburbs? Like, okay, now we're seeing the suburbs.
Winter planet where nobody exists.
Or the winter planet, nobody. Yeah, it's like there's just so it's nice to just see kids. They go to school, they go on a bus. Yeah. I like it.
It's adorable.
It reminded me of E.T. as well. Like, in the morning,
E.T. had kids, but it's for every age of parent and child. It was E.T.
E.T. Yeah, reminded me of E.T. Yeah, loved it. Oh, yeah, there you go, friends. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, E.T. Yeah, exactly.
Totally E.T. vibes, man. Like, I can't wait to show Rosie E.T. I'm a little scared that she's going to get really scared when E.T., then they find E.T.
And he turns all white. He's like, Elliot.
Man, yeah, I am all on board for Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, I dug it. And Jude Law, I mean, we didn't get a lot of Jude Law. I'm assuming that's his character in the beginning. He's wearing a mask. There's a pirate and there's a mutiny. I'm assuming that's Jude Law's character. And then we don't really get a lot of them, but we get 2 episodes. I love that the first one was a little long, and the second was only like 28 minutes.
Yeah.
That's great. That's perfect.
Yeah. Like anywhere between like 28 and 37. It's like the perfect length.
That's great. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Jonathan Peck, also, have you guys spot a Captain EO reference cameo of Fuzzball in the show? No, but I also saw Captain EO when I was 7.
Captain EO.
That's the Michael Jackson one at Epcot Center, I think, in Disney
World.
Oh,
yeah. I remember that. Yeah. I didn't get there. I didn't see the reference. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Franz Wagner saying, bro, E.T. had full-grown men and fathers openly sobbing. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, Josh, you remember the flight of the Navigator?
Yes.
Remember that? The kid finds the spaceship?
Yes. Awesome.
Sarah Jessica Parker is like the girl who like works at the NASA Space Center, wherever he is, He's
awesome.
So good.
He's awesome.
Again, just those same adventure vibes. Yeah.
Remember Last Starfighter?
Yeah.
Last Starfighter, good.
Yep.
That's why I said, like, when they do the exterior shots of this world, it's basically Santa Clarita. It's just like a greener Santa Clarita.
Because they do, like, when he's going to school for the first time, that they pan out, and it has that same ET look, like with the suburbs, like the houses are on top of the hill, and he's going down into the valley where the school is. I'm like, oh, this is like ET.
Totally.
Loved it.
Yes.
Loved it.
Man. Yeah, sign me up for Skeleton Crew. Because I'll be honest, David, like Mandalorian, when it came out, everybody's freaking out. But what did everybody freak out about in Mandalorian? What did they freak out about?
Baby Yoda. Grogu.
Yes!
Yeah.
Because he was adorable.
He's very cute. Still is cute.
So cute. And like the adventure of getting him back and everything and seeing Luke Skywalker, cool, great. But really and truly, when he was going like, I was like, that guy's so cute. He's just the Force. Look at him go.
And he eats the frogs, and yes.
Oh man, I like it. I'm a fan. Sign me up for Skeleton. It's really hitting the spot where my the Stranger Things season 1 hole in my heart is gone from, and the Skeleton Crew signed me up. I'm into it.
Well, Josh, I was a little bit worried because Skeleton Crew is all positive vibes, happy vibes. The Agency is opposite of happy.
It's not happy.
But I think it's very well done. Produced by George Clooney. It's based off of, I believe, a French TV show back in the day. That's a different name. Michael Fassbender, Jeffrey Wright. It's fantastic cast. Richard Gere, of course, a great Richard Gere. Josh, what did you think about The Agency? Did it pull you in, or was it a little too slow? Was it like Slow Horses, where you're kind of like, I was just curious, what you thought of it.
Franz Wagner. Wagner saying it.
Boring. No.
Okay. No, hold on.
No.
Hold on. Okay. I wouldn't exactly say it was boring. Okay. I was intrigued because listen, as we've said, in Jeffrey Wright we trust, right? Okay. Love that guy, great actor, even though I couldn't stand the show about the robots in the desert that was in the
Westworld.
Thank you, Westworld. I tried to block that show out of my memory. I think because I've only seen the first episode. I didn't see the second one. Okay. Based solely off the last line of the show, I know exactly where this is going, right? And the fact that it's a CIA. I had Richard Gere yell at me at a restaurant in New York, so I've seen that version of Richard Gere, right? I like the plot line with the guy in Belarus, I guess. But there's something about Michael Fassbender as like the wounded spy that I don't really care about. So if you wanted me to say oh man, at the end of the pilot of Agency, I can't wait to see this is going. This is the kind of show that's like, okay, I watched the pilot. I can tell people I watched the pilot and then just tell me how it ends. Because I don't think I care enough about the agency people, Fassbender. However, the girl that plays his love interest from Ethiopia, who's definitely re-spying on him. We know
Jodie Turner-Smith. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
She was in Bad Monkey on Apple, and she was great in that show.
She's very good.
Actress, put her in more stuff. She's awesome.
You get more of her in episode 2.
Okay.
And there's a little, I'm not going to call the show action heavy. It's not at all. There's a little bit more, there's an action sequence in episode 2, but it's definitely closer. Yeah, it's pretty dry. There's not a lot of humor. The banter's not there. Yeah. But I loved it. I was into it.
You were into it.
I just love, I like the Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. I like that kind of stuff. I love it.
This is so you, buddy.
I love it.
It's Americans in London. Boom.
Yes.
Check it off for David.
Yes.
It's slow spy moving stuff. Check. Not a lot of action. Check. Maybe wait, you got to think about it. It's kind of slow. If you notice, there's no soundtrack to it. It's a lot of silent kind of stuff, that loneliness feeling that you get as a spy, I would think, right? Bing, bang, boom. That's why I think you like Agency. I could see
that. And I love it too, because this is the very
wait, Jonathan Peck, I forgot to say that too. Sorry.
Yeah.
I also forgot to mention Steve Urkel was in Skeleton Crew. I was so excited when he popped up.
Jaleel White. Yeah.
Yes.
He's got an eyepiece or something. He had some kind of eye thing covered his eye.
Yeah. RoboCop.
Yeah, RoboCop. Yeah.
RoboCop.
But sorry, I like the Agency because it's not glamorous. It's the very mundane day to day. Basically, it's being a spy sucks. It ruins your personal life. You can't have a good relationship with your daughter. Nope. All your personal relationships are being like watched and followed. Like you can't be a normal person, a sane person, and be a spy.
Really?
Which is I like that. Yeah.
After watching Lioness, The Agency, Slow Horses, I guess I've only seen a little bit of Slow Horses. Whatever. I think back in my college days, if they'd recruited me, it would have been perfect because I was single, had nobody. I don't have this little munchkin that comes in. I couldn't be a spy and miss. Yes, my love. Oh my gosh. Do you want to show everybody on screen your nails? Whoa, come show Mr. David here. Come stand right there. Do you see? Here.
Hey, Rosie. Hi. What's up? Hi.
What you got? You want to tell David, what's your favorite movie that we've been watching? Grinch.
Which one? The Jim Carrey or the animated one? The newer animated one.
The new Grinch, right?
The animated one?
Yep.
That's good. Yeah, that's Miles' favorite too. He likes that. And Wild Robot. We've been watching a lot of Wild Robot.
We love Wild Robot too.
So good.
Sure. Yeah.
Tearjerker. Talk about.
Oh God, that one got me. Yep. But yes, I think I would have been a pretty good spy back in my 20s because I had nobody. But then they're like, oh, yeah, if you're a spy, you should definitely have a family. Are you out of your mind? What are we doing? What are we doing? Because we've seen enough cop TV to know that they always get divorced. We've seen enough CIA to know they get divorced. And like this most recent episode of Lioness, the entire time he's like, I can't live. This is your job. You knew her job 5 years ago. What are we talking about?
That was a bit dramatic. Like even Michelle doesn't watch the show, but she was like half falling asleep and Michelle's like, that guy's not happy. No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not happy.
Take it easy. Holy cow.
He's not happy.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Amanda didn't even watch Agency. We started The Madness.
Coleman Domingo, like this is his year. He's probably the front runner for best Oscar for this movie called Sing Sing. He hasn't been, the nominations for the Oscars aren't out yet, but he is considered like one of the front runners for that movie. So Coleman Domingo is having a moment right now in 2024.
About the prison?
So I think he's like he's a fellow prisoner, and they put on a Shakespearean production, I believe, with the prisoners, and it's supposed to be very inspirational, of course. And I've just seen the trailers, but it looks good. I haven't seen it.
I need to watch this Sing Sing then. Is it where is it streaming?
I think it's just like, I don't even think it's in theater. It's like one of those like New York, LA. I don't know. It's like, I don't think it's even widely released yet. I think.
I mean, the Madness he's great. It's good.
Is it worth watching? I haven't really heard much about it.
Okay. And what's up, Damon R1974? I haven't seen you in a long time, buddy.
Sorry, Sing Sing is out. Sorry. It's going to get re-released for Oscar push, but it already was out in theater. Sorry.
So, is it good? Is it worth watching? Yes, because it has like, it's very conspiracy, but it's very like American conspiracy because it's about white nationalists and like framing black people and, people behind the scenes. Like, I don't know. Amanda didn't like it. She said it stressed her out. I have enjoyed it.
Okay.
But it's not like, man, you have to watch The Madness, but I need to finish it. And I like the cast.
Okay.
I'll give it. I'll tell you this much. It's not as good as Landman. Landman.
Ooh, I love Landman. Yeah, I'm loving that.
I think Landman is my favorite Taylor Sheridan show. Lioness and Landman at the same time. They both start with L's. I would watch Lioness and Landman over because David, Yellowstone blows.
It's not great.
There has never been a more precipitous fall in TV history. You could bring up,
and the ratings are going up. Like it's high. It has best ratings this season. It's doing great.
It's wild to me. Yes.
I don't know. I mean, right now I won't spoil anything if people aren't caught up, but yeah, like they're doing like a lot of shocking moments. This is the final season. They're going big, but I'm glad it's ending, but I don't know. I'm more interested in Landman, Lioness, in terms of the Taylor Sheridan universe than I am Yellowstone right now.
Agreed.
And it keeps jumping time. They keep going before Kevin Costner is off the show, and they go back. And even Michelle was like, "Wait, what is this? Is Kevin Costner? Is his character like? Yeah, it's just
when are they? Where are they? How are they? I don't know.
Like, wait, he's in Texas now. He's back in Yellowstone, and I don't know.
They did a whole like 5 to 6 minute montage of Casey and his wife redoing their house. I don't care.
Yeah, they're filling time. Yes, Will McLean's asking, is this the season after Costner quit? Yes. They had to get rid of his character because he didn't film any additional scenes. So the way they did it is, I don't know how you get rid of a character the right way, but it's just
they didn't do it.
They didn't do it great. Yeah.
MK Songbird season 2 of 1923 coming back in February.
Yep.
I will be watching that. I think I'm going to watch 1923 again because I feel like the last few I just kind of zoned out, to be honest with you. I need to rewatch it because I liked 1883 a lot.
I did too. Same.
And B-How 26 last week, David and I talked about this. Billy Bob Thornton is the greatest smoking actor in history. He's the greatest smoking. He looks so natural with a cigarette and a beer or a drink. And I think it all originated in Bad Santa. I think he found his groove in Bad Santa.
Forgot about Bad Santa.
That was that. Yeah.
Ali Larder too is just she's a bit hammy in her way, but like she's just chewing the dialogue. She's just I'm like, just go on, girl. Just work it. She's great. And I want to see her in more. She does, yeah. She's pushing 50. I think she's like 48. She's almost 50 years old.
Yeah, she's definitely up there. I think she's somebody. Hey, MK Songbird, look how old Ali Larder is. She might.
I want to say she was 48. I think I looked that up the other day.
Did you
look
that
curious. I did. I was like, what's Ali Larder doing?
How old is Ali Larder?
She's doing great. She's married. She has kids. Seems like she's doing great. Yeah.
I love that bald lawyer. I love that bald lawyer who has to live in the house with them. He's so friggin' funny.
Yeah,
so
I love that he has all these roommates. It's
and they live in the giant rental in Midland.
It's a huge, nice house, but it's just like kind of middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh
man,
I was gonna say we don't really see Demi Moore much. Like we see every time they show John Hamm, she's just. I mean, she looks fantastic. She's swimming in the pool, but we don't. I want to see more Demi Moore. I hope we get more of her.
I wonder if this was a play for Demi Moore to just be like, "Hey, I still look good. Cast me in things."
It's like, can I just be in a bathing suit in every scene and swim? That's fine. I can do that. I'll get paid for that. That's fine.
I mean, every time they show her, it's like, whoa, hey, Demi, look in.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, there she is. Yeah.
I think it's a battle between her and Ali Larder. It's like, who can look better in a bikini? You go. I'm next. You go. Yep.
It was very good though.
David, are you watching Shrinking?
I am. I have not seen episode 9 came out this Wednesday. Yesterday, I have not seen 9, but I saw 7 and 8 were very pivotal. Of course, we get the review. I forget the actor's name. The guy from
Goldstein from Ted Lasso.
Goldstein. Yeah, Ted Lasso. I'm loving him in this. Again, another feel good show. I like it. Siegel's kind of a jerk this season. His character. I don't like the way he talked to Brent Goldstein's character in the last episode. I wasn't a fan of that.
Me neither.
I'm assuming episode 9, we see maybe how some of that plays out, but I'm enjoying the season so far. I love Harrison Ford is fantastic in this. He's my favorite part of the show.
Yes.
Love like just seeing grumpy Harrison Ford.
Him and Derek, the husband, and the black girl, the other therapist. She's incredible.
Yes. Yeah, she is. She is.
What's that actress's name? I don't
even really know her. I mean, besides this series, I've never. Her name is Jessica Williams.
God, Gabby. She's so good. Was she on Daily Show? Is that what she was on?
She was in the new Roadhouse movie. She's been in Fantastic Beasts, Harry Potter. I should know that. Booksmart, the movie Booksmart. I don't really know her.
Man, she is incredible.
She's very.
I will say, I think I'm really starting to like this show in spite of Jason Segel. I really don't like him in this show. And maybe that's on purpose.
I assume so. He's not like a great guy. I mean, when his wife passed, he was getting hookers and doing drugs like in front of his daughter. So I think we're supposed to like, this guy's kind of messed up. Like he's got some issues. So maybe that's part of his character.
Yeah, I find him annoying. I find his, like, if he's supposed to be a therapist, and I understand that like a lot of therapists are kind of up, but
yeah.
He's just like, I don't know if like it's his acting or what, but I like the daughter. I like all of the surrounding supporting characters. They're awesome.
I love the neighbors across the street or next door. Love the neighbors. Yeah.
So good. We'll get Joe Frisbee wanted, he's throwing one at you here, David. I'll take my opportunity now to say, David, good luck to you and your Bills against my Lions next week. Super Bowl preview if we can get healthy. Oof. Well, every team's got injuries, but Joe Frisbee, you guys are still playing really good.
Huge game. That's going to be Romo and Nance are doing it. The CBS crew, like they did for the Buffalo Chiefs. Yeah, I don't know, Jim. They're going to be doing it, so that's going to be the game of the week. Very excited. Actually, Josh, quick side note, off topic. I'm going to the Rams game, Bills-Rams game on Sunday with Michelle. We're going to go watch the Bills play. Going down with the Bills backers from Newport Beach. Yeah, looking forward to it. Going to a little SoFi Stadium.
Let's go, David.
Little Bills Mafia takeover. Let's go.
Let's go. I just got my tickets for Steelers Chiefs on Christmas Day, David. Christmas Day.
Oh, so are you and the family, you guys all going to go to Pittsburgh for Christmas then?
All going to be in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That would be great.
Christmas Day game.
Awesome.
I'm really upset that it's on
it snows.
They're doing another short week football. Like, we're getting screwed on a short week to play the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are too. I think the Chiefs play 3 games in 10 days. That's insane.
Why? If this is the year to beat the Chiefs, this is the year to beat the Chiefs. They're not winning games by much. They're like, you know what I mean? This could be the year. This could be the year. Give Josh Allen. Give Russ Wilson. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're gonna, Josh. You're gonna be on again. This goes back. This is all TV talk, folks. All related. You're gonna be on the first Netflix NFL game.
It's true. It's true. I had to tell my uncle at the bar. I'm like, hey, just so you know, the Steelers game is only on Netflix, and he was like, hey, what's that now? Yeah, but I think local markets, they're still going to put it on CBS.
Yeah, so if you're in Pittsburgh, it will be on the local affiliate. Yeah. I think it's the CBS crew. Yeah, because it's an AFC game, so it's going to be the CBS crew. Yeah.
Franz Wagner's acting Creature Commandos talk. What is Creature Commandos?
That Franz, as you know, that is right up Josh's alley. That is a new animated DC comic series on Max. So Josh will be Franz, I will try to watch that. I actually do. That just came out this week. I want to watch that. I think it came out this week, maybe last week. I want to check it out. I need to watch it.
I'm not.
Yeah, Josh, you're not watching that. Yeah, it's okay. I'll watch it. I'll check it out.
I'm not because I know that kid's gonna come after me. Whatever. It's not for me. It's not. I don't care. You can love animation all you want. Okay. This is our show. Okay. It's not an animated show. It's not an anime show. I know it's TV. It's not our thing. It's not our thing. If you want to talk about it, I guarantee you there's 20 other YouTubers you can go and find that talk about your animated show.
I do dabble. I do dabble in the animation. I will watch it here and there.
Damon 1974 is saying it best. Hopefully the next Netflix stream is better than the Tyson fight. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, I watched the other Tyson fight. That was not good TV.
Wasn't good.
I mean, I'm happy for Mike. He got 20 million from that fight. Good for you. Make your money. Get your 20 million. Jake made 40 million. Good for him. Josh, I didn't think of it. I didn't think of that fight. We could have made that money.
Apparently, the Saudis want to pay Mike Tyson $700 million to actually, because they think it was a fix, and that like he didn't
actually fight
him, and he'll get the whole $700 million if he knocks him out.
It's like I think he's just 58 years old. He's just
old, guys.
He's old, and Jake is like 27. He's just it's a 30-year gap. He's just old.
Yeah.
Jeremy
Miller saying Family Guy had its first ever Christmas special recently. Family Guy is pretty much the only animated show I'd watch these days. I haven't watched it live. Like I haven't watched a new Family Guy in forever, but I guarantee you it's funny. Yeah. Darren Wright, I did see a super chat. Did not see a super chat. I saw a super chat from Wiley OFC earlier. Oh, did you do a StreamYard or a Streamlabs? Hold on, let me pull up a Streamlabs.
Streamlabs?
I don't know. Let me see. Was it Streamlabs that you did? Was it a Streamlabs? Let me see. Let's see. Hold on. We can do I think we got to all the TV that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. I have a pick of the week though, before I know it's getting.
We're going to do a pick of the week.
Time. Yeah, I have a pick of the week. Tonight we're going to see Christmas lights tonight, Josh. There's a place, and we live in the Inland Empire of Southern California. So in Rancho Cucamonga, there's a very famous community called Thoroughbred, and it's a big drive. People from all over LA come out to see the Christmas lights. So we're going to do that. And you know, we're going to go eat dinner, Josh. We're going to Chili's.
There isn't a better restaurant on the planet.
American Chili's and Christmas lights. Driving around to see Christmas lights. Can't get much more USA than that.
Man, oh man.
I love Chili's.
We did a tour. We did a toy drive last night. We went to a local diner here. The meal was
nice.
Borderline terrible, but hey, it was nice. We donated some toys to some kids, some less fortunate kids out there that hold on. Come on. Streamlabs always goes so slow when this computer is friggin' working. Come on. There we go. All right. There's tipping. David, we'll get there. Fill it up.
Yeah. Darren said first one ever. So yeah, Darren, he has one. He has one for us. Darren, we're coming. We're getting there.
Here we go. All right. Darren Wright said, first ever Streamlab. Wanted to send support for years. My fave shows of the year so far, Shrinking. Yes, 100%. And yes, did you watch Siegel and Freaks and Geeks? Yes, of course. Freaks and Geeks and Undeclared, which is an underrated, the second turn of Judd Apatow where they're in college. What We Do in the Shadows is also great. And an ornamental
still going. Yeah.
Of Easttown. Mayor of Easttown was like 3 years ago.
Oh, Mayor of Easttown's fantastic. Yeah. Kate, every time, so Kate has a new movie out. It's a World War II film. Yes, but and she no, that's the that's I can't pronounce her name. That's Ronan. I can't pronounce. No, Kate's in something called I forgot. She's a photographer in World War II. Anyway, she was every time she does a press junket, someone asked her like, "How about Mayor of Easttown season 2?" And she always says she's open to it. She's open to it, but there's no. I don't think there's a script. I don't think so. So
I love that character.
That was a good show, man. It was good.
Those Philly, those Westchester Delco accents, those Delaware County accents. You know,
so good.
Franz Wagner saying it best. 30 Rock is the most underrated TV comedy ever. I agree. It's one of the best. I will say the most underrated TV comedy ever is Detroiters. It's just got released on Netflix. It's by far the best. All right, David, your.
So we're talking spy everything. We didn't get to talk about it on the show very much, but I love Black Doves. Just premiered. Ben Whishaw, Keira Knightley, the queen of British period pieces, has come to love her. She's just fantastic. She is doing it. It's really good. Josh, if you didn't like The Agency, if you don't like Slow Horses, I think you'll like this. There's close quarter combat. There's people getting their heads blown off with shotguns. It is sick. High action. It's fun. There's good witty banter. I think you'll like Black Doves. Yeah. I think you'll like it.
Done and done.
Yeah.
I'm in. Yeah. My pick of the week is definitely going to be the Yacht Rock documentary. I talked about it at the beginning of the show. I'm going to talk about it at the end. Go and watch it. If you don't like this kind of music, that's okay. It gives you an awesome history into what that music was like in Los Angeles at that time. Really, really cool. Because there's a lot of other music being produced, but this one certain genre really did change a lot of music and produce some incredible songs. I just can't recommend it enough. So.
Josh, before we go off the air, I want to say 2 weeks from now, if we do a show again, 2 weeks from now, it's the week before Christmas. We hope we can get something in before you go to Pittsburgh. We should probably do our best of list.
Yes, best of
2024. Yeah, best top 10, whatever. Yeah.
And it has to be shows released from January 2024 to December of 2024.
Right. If it came out December 30th of 2023, doesn't count. Even if 90% of the season aired in 2024, it's out.
Okay.
That's right. Okay.
David, have some fun looking at Christmas lights. Love you, buddy.
Yes, thank you. Love you too.
Everybody out there, choose positivity. It's an active choice. Put down the book. Pick up the remote. This is the point where I hit the end stream and my computer is going slow. So there we go. There's the end stream. Thanks everybody for your super chats. Darren Wright, Wiley.